create a new sequence, select File, New. Electre Pro software has 4 tabs: Creation, Configuration, View Graph, and View Sheet. So first, in the Creation window, select Line for the 2D acquisition. Electrodes will be located along the X coordinate. Then press Next. In the extrude spacing, you enter the spacing between the electrodes in the field, so 5 meters in that examples. And the extrude size, this is the number of electrodes, so 48 in that case. It can be 72, 96 or other, depending on your system. The extrude offset, this is the position of the first electrodes, so 0 meters by default. Let automatic grid validate it for a standard array and click on Create Grid. Electrodes will be located along X and Y equals 0 by default, and electrode 1 is located in 0 meters, and electrode 48 is located in 235 meters. So first electrode 1, last electrode 48. After that, you can click on Configuration tab. In the configuration window, we are going to define the timing parameters. First of all, enter a name for the sequence that will be stored into the unit. And select the electrode array, so pole-dipole forward. You can see that there is also the pole-dipole reverse. Indeed, pole-dipole is an asymmetrical array, so it can be interesting to combine both information. Position of the remote electrode connected to the A socket of the front panel. And enter the number of channels, so 10 for the Syscal Pro, or 2 for the Syscal Junior R1 Plus or R2. Keep 10 in that example. Select RHO and IP. Time 2 seconds by default and arithmetic mode for the IP slices distribution. These parameters are related to the quality control, 1 for the Q value, 4 for stack min, and 8 for stack max. It means that if the quality factor is better than 1%, 4 stacks will be measured, if not 8 stacks will be measured. About the voltage requested option, select VP maximum. It means that the unit will inject a VAB up to 800 volt to try to reach a maximum VP. This part is relative to the grid of the depth levels. The left part you can see the different spacing that can be programmed, and in the right part the different levels. So in that examples, we're going to define 6 depth levels for each spacing. Spacing means dipole length. This is used to increase the signal to noise ratio. So in that examples, we're going to create 6 levels for 1A, 2A, 3A, up to 8A, which is the maximum investigation test. You can keep 10 for the optimization process for the Syscal Pro and keep the 3 options validated by default. Then click on Create Standard Sequence. This window shows information about the sequence. You can have a view about the estimated acquisition time and press OK. And store the sequence in your computer with a name. It can be the same name than in the Syscal. Press Save. And then you can click on View Graph. In the View Graph window, you can have a view about the report points of the sequence along the X profile length and along the Z investigation test. Different colors correspond to the different spacing that have been defined in the sequence, 1A, 2A, 3A, and so on. The black circles correspond to the gap filler quadrupoles added for the optimization process. In the status bar, you can visualize the estimated investigation test, the number of measurements, and also you can have a view about the estimated acquisition time. Then after that, you can click on View Sheet. In the View Sheet window, you can visualize the coordinates of the electrodes. Along X, this is the length of the profile, Y equals 0 by default, and Z equals 0. This is the topography, and note that it can be entered after data download. In the right part, you can visualize the different quadrupoles that will be measured in the sequence. So you can see for each quadrupoles the AB injection and MN reception electrodes. A is marked as 0 as the remote electrode is directly connected to the A front panel. For each quadrupoles, you can visualize the geometrical factor and the estimated investigation test. Those windows can be printed or can be exported as CSV Excel files. If you want to upload the sequence into the unit, validate the sequence, select File, Communication Port, USB, and then select File, Upload. You will get a message showing the right menu to select in the unit, press OK, and connect the USB cable between the Syscal and the computer and press OK.